Welcome, 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 Sagittarius. Thank you so much for being here and for tuning in. I am Divine Femme Carrot 144. Very, very happy and grateful to be able to bring you this beautiful card reading and message. I hope that you find this message helpful and resourceful for you along your spiritual journey. This is for Sagittarians in true Sidereal astrology. The dates for Sagittarius are December 19th through January 19th. You will hear in the background a little bit of Bon Jovi. We got the greatest hits playing as I do this reading. I will leave the link in the description box. Pictured here is the constellation of Sagittarius. Sagittarius is a large constellation extending 46 degrees across the sky. It is situated south of the celestial equator. It is more easily visible from the southern hemisphere. This constellation is known as the Archer. The Latin name Sagittarii is used to identify the brightest star in this constellation, or 23 Sagittarii, as it is also the 23rd star in this constellation. So I'm going to be doing the Celtic cross spread for this reading. The tarot deck that I will be using is Tarot of a Moon Garden. And the creator is Karen Marie Schweikart. Again, I thank you all for being here. I hope that everyone is doing well, that you are enjoying this holiday season. Happy, 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 happy birthday to you all. And may you live it to the fullest and enjoy each and every single moment. You deserve all the greatness, happiness, joy, and peace, love, and abundance in this world that life has to offer. All right, so I'm going to give this a couple more goes here and we will get started. Sagittarius. All right, we'll go ahead and move this here. All right, and so our first card, all right, we have the Chariot. So automatically I'm getting that this is a card of Cancer. Some of you may have strong Cancer in your chart. This is a number 7. 7 to me, is about movement. It's about being at midpoint and moving forward and going towards your goals. And not only that, but doing it in a very, very majestical way. As I look at the unicorns here, I got my pointer here. And then also the moon here, but this is coming off as it's reminding me of the solar eclipse that we just had. And so because that is behind you, I feel like ever since this solar eclipse, which was on the 14th, which was only a few days ago, since then, I feel like there has been a really, really, truly strong catalyst. You are surrounded by stars. And this is the, sorry, I wanted to make this clear. This is going to be the, like the base card. And so this is just kind of telling where we are right now. The next card will be the significator card. And so also too, what I'm seeing is the fire color. So that just pretty much confirms that we have your energy, especially in this card. So this is all about you. You are totally balanced. There's yin and yang there. So there to me is a balance of divine masculine and divine feminine, and you are ready to go. Some of you like I'm hearing floating on cloud 9. You're, I wouldn't say, I don't want to say above the stars. Like I mentioned before, you're surrounded in stars. You're in the sky. You are, just as that picture that I just had up, you are this constellation. You are the essence of everything that Sagittarius stands for. And you are in the knowing of that. And because of this and the knowledge that you have obtained, just recently, and I feel like a lot has been coming lately, especially with this solar eclipse new moon that we just had. It's just totally catapulting you into bigger, greater, brighter, new beginnings. She's holding the wand here, and this is not gender specific. This is just speaking on the energy and what I'm seeing here. So this applies to male or female. But she is holding that scepter there in a way that reminds me of the magician. And so it just means that, to me, also confirming that you are truly in your power. And as you move forward, your power increases as well. There's a lot of purple. Purple to me is about the crown chakra. A lot of blue. And so I just feel like there's a balance. There's been almost like an imbalance, I would say, with the lower chakras. And so as you have been receiving this information and wisdom and knowledge, everything has been coming into full circle and into a greater balance for you. And you are able to move forward because of it. You may also really enjoy seeing the stars and watching the stars at nighttime. So our next card is the World. All right. So this is actually the significator card. This is totally confirming this first card of the Chariot. This is a 21. This is a 3. To me, 3 is all about celebration. Also about unity. So while being connected with both your masculine and your feminine, there's also the divine, the higher power, the higher spirit. And so that to me is speaking of a trinity. I'm seeing the circle here, a pretty floral essence. And so some of you may be, I would say, like either have a herbal garden or a garden of some sorts that you are just, you're utilizing and basking in and using that to help you. And some of you may have been ballerinas. Some of you are ballerinas. We're all ballerinas in our soul. And you have transformed. You have beautifully transformed into this beautiful butterfly. And she is facing forward. So this is, to me, another card that's speaking of forward movement. While you are moving, you are graceful. Your heart chakra is open. You are appreciating the beauty in everything that is around you. And I feel like I'm seeing like she's in between these two circles. And so I'm also just getting suspended in the air and magnetizing while you are in between the spiritual realm and the material realm. Some of you may really love roses. And I noticed that her foot is also touching the star. So some of you, I feel you may have Pisces in your chart. That may be significant. There's a lot of blue here as well too. And so that also to me speaks of the throat chakra. Also, I'm getting Saturn energy. So some of you may have a special Saturn placement. Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn. And is all about helping us to be our best selves, whether it comes in a way that we are comfortable with it or not. Saturn is here to keep us in, it's almost like, I would say like Big Daddy, and it's here to like keep us on the up and up so that we are responsible, so that we are building sturdy foundations. And I feel like this is a very, very, very sturdy foundation that you have built for yourself. All right. And then I see the stars here too. I'm getting angels and just being surrounded by angels and being supported. Feeling free. The end of a cycle and the beginning of a totally, totally new one. And we also have a full moon coming up. So some more, I mean, this is truly glowing to me. So, I mean, as we continue to move forward and, you know, you're celebrating your birthday, it's almost like just like a rain of gifts that continue to come in, and you're just gracefully receiving it and living your life in the best possible way after all the hard work that you have done. You have transformed into something that's really quite beautiful. So what crosses you is the Seven of Staffs. And I'll hold this up because this is going to be sideways so we can see that a little better. This card has been resonating quite a bit in the past few readings that I've been doing over the past month, I would say. And the meaning still has not changed. I think this is a great placement for this card because to me, what I was getting and what I still get with this card is that this being you, the strong tree. And the reason why I say tree is because there are many different types of trees. Just take whatever resonates with you and the type that you have been resonating with and use that. Like mahogany, birch, oak are just a few types of trees that have been coming into my atmosphere. And so if that resonates with you, awesome. These other trees on the side here, I see these as total support, whether that is people around you or what you have naturally built for yourself as you have been growing and expanding and rising above, you know, all that is beneath you and blossoming. The seeds that you have planted are beginning to blossom beautiful, beautiful buds in these trees. And so also with the Seven of Staffs, I see this as standing your ground, having boundaries and protecting what is rightfully yours. And not necessarily protecting because we're always protected and everything that is meant for us is always going to be. But now you know and are aware of a whole lot more that you weren't before. And so you're just making sure and taking good care of that. And with these beautiful plants here too, I just feel like a lot of the muck that was underneath here, in that ground, in that root, you know, you're deeply rooted, but there's a lot of mud, you know, when things get wet, you know, especially dirt, it turns into mud. And so, you know, from that mud grows these beautiful, beautiful plants, and you continue to grow high into the sky. And so when I laid this down as also being the card that crosses you, this is almost like it's like a barrier to say, And so we'll go ahead. And this is another 7 as well. Sevens to me in sequence just speak to the angels, speaking these angels around you, letting you know that you are on the right path. 7 is between the 0 and 13. And again, to me, this is just speaking of midpoint and being balanced, having balance, being stable, and being sturdy. That's awesome. All right, so what is above you? All right, are we celebrating yet? Because you should be. Let's hold this up. 10 of Cups. So congratulations to a lot of you who have been manifesting this for yourself. This is super pretty. And the 10 of Cups is, to me, speaking of ultimate fulfillment. It's, you know, coming from the 0 going all the way to the 10 in the tarot. And so this to me is also speaking of another significant confirmation of an ending and coming into a very, very beautiful and bright beginning that is promising, that is full of love, that is full of celebration, it's full of joy. You're surrounded by others who have been on, you know, similar paths to you, and you are all coming together. It's a beautiful thing of unity, uniqueness. I see dragonfly too. I just see a lot of celebration and happiness and joy. I also noticed too, with this dragonfly, being that I mentioned that because it stuck out, this may be someone significant that you are uniting with in a special way. I want to say, like, you know, these are like family members, friends, people that you have gained along the way of your journey that have begun to align with you as you have shed a lot of the old ways, toxic behaviors, attitude, mentality. And we have these 10 cups that are supporting all of this. And they're golden, pretty and golden. Cups are of emotion, feeling, also water energy, which is Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. And the castle at the top of the hill, to me, that just speaks of almost like, I would say, coming home. And the moon to me also is glowing a rainbow aura. So rainbows may be significant as well. But again, with the dragonfly here, I feel like because of this being the only one there in that particular style, that is just it's someone that is very, very highly unique and special. And the two heads, I mean, that's so beautiful. The two antennas, your heads are, you know, leaning towards each other. And this may be something special that happens around the full moon time, given that you both are in front of the moon there. And this doesn't have to be a romantic partner. This could be a very true formed alliance with someone. It could be all facets. So it could be in relationship, it could be friends, it could be everything that you have been manifesting. And there's a lot of love here. A lot of love. And a lot of celebration. I feel like party time and then in the nighttime. Party time in the nighttime. So that is fantastic. And this is on your mind, in your heart, and feeling your spirit. I love that. And let's make sure we can see this while we continue forward and make sure these are straight. All right. So what is beneath you? The 6 of Swords. So swords are air energy, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. 6 of Swords is about moving away from something. I would say the 6 swords here all represent you. And I feel like I see them floating up. And I also see a new moon, but I don't necessarily feel like this is the past new moon that we had with that solar eclipse. I feel like it is a previous new moon before that, where you've been working on this for quite some time. And you are moving away from this particular dragon. You know, there's good dragons, there's bad dragons. You know, there's always got to be those polar opposites. And so I just just looking at this, I just feel like you have been moving away from something that no longer serves you. With the blue and the green, I'm getting utilizing energy in a way that was playing with the heart of another. And just looking at the eyes, there's no good vibes necessarily that are coming from this at this time. I do see one particular star where one special angel that you have been associating with, just one, and you will know who that is, has been helping you and has been with you and beside you the entire time and is watching you transform and rise up from this. So this is already past you, being that we have the Ten of Cups here that is above you. I want to say too, when I'm seeing the 6, I'm sorry, we lost the music. I'll take care of that in a second here. With the 6 also, I'm not necessarily getting the whole number of 6. I mean, to me, 6s in sequence are, to me, unconditional love. So there's love here, but I feel like it's not necessarily the type of love that you resonate with anymore. What was known to you as love is no longer that. And so you have recognized that and are moving away from that. Swords too, I feel are about mental energy. And so again, I just feel like maybe this was some kind of communication that just was not of your greatest benefit. You've done the work in the third eye, the crown chakra, and also with your heart. So there is compassion, there is forgiveness, but also with the pink too, I'm seeing like you have really come into yourself and your uniqueness and creativity and are doing what is ultimately the best for you. I'm moving away from the BS. And also too, I see these golden hills and I'm hearing all that glitters is not gold. I don't know if that's the way that saying goes. But that's what I heard. And so maybe it was something that was nice and shiny on the outside. And then we find that we have this dragon protruding from these golden these golden hills. And everything that, you know, happens for us on our journey is always something that's going to help us. It's about the choices that we make, whether we use that for our benefit or we continue to stay in that. And according to what we have so far, you have not stayed in that. You have made a decision to move up and away. There's so much movement and grace and elegance, barriers that are standing the ground and protecting this, as this is totally beneath you. And then let me make sure we can see that too. Can we see all of it? We'll just, here, we'll do like this. So everybody gets a turn. And then we'll do this here. And see how like I'm moving the cards? It's almost like whatever this was is trying to get through this, and it's just not happening. It's not happening. All right, and so I guess we'll just go ahead and leave that like that. I'm not going to worry too much about it. I did show you the card. We've got the picture there to give the essence of what we just saw, so we'll just leave it at that and move forward. So what is behind you is the High Priestess. And so I don't necessarily see this as, like I see this in two ways. I see this being a part of this dragon here, where there was mental energy or manipulation of some sorts that was being used to try to keep you from moving forward. Another way I can see this, or that I am seeing this, is that this is your energy and your majestic abilities, your gifts, and what you have been using and what you continue to use that will always have your back. So I would say also too, with that being the higher self, yes, and given that this is a number 2 card, I would also say this again speaks of the balance between the divine masculine and the divine feminine. I'm getting Egyptian vibes as well with the headdress and just being a total moon goddess. Getting Venusian energy as well. Dolphins may be significant. So we see the dolphin back there. I want to say this may be someone who has been communicating with you, possibly this unique dragonfly. So I'm just overall seeing abundance and you utilizing the conch shells as well. That may be significant. And yes, I'm getting strong Egyptian energy with this. So Maat came to mind, M-A-A-T, if you want to do some research on that. But she is all about morality and I believe it's the 7 principles of having honor and integrity, being responsible, speaking truth. And I don't know the full 7 offhand. I am noticing the J too. J may be significant. That may be your initial or the initial of this energy here. And again, I think this is absolutely confirming what I had just said about this new moon energy from the past. Like, I feel like there was something around a significant new moon, I'd say probably in this past year, that you have been working on. And notice how I didn't give much energy with this, connected to this as the first possibility. I just don't, I feel like that's probably part of what you have been doing too, is really realizing how much energy you had been giving to another presence for far too long, and you're no longer doing that. She's looking forward as well. Some of you may like to be naked and be out in nature. I'm getting mermaid vibes too, even though we don't see a full mermaid here, but just the way she's adorned with all this greenery here around her waist. Sacral energy right here with the orange as well too. And that's about creativity as well, having a passion for something. So really working and utilizing the things that are around you and making and manifesting things so that they're available to you for you to be able to do what you want. Now, I did notice this too, the bee. So I almost feel like this is like what's moving forward, what's moving behind. So there may be something or someone significant that starts with this initial and then moving forward towards this. Black and white to me, it's also about balance in the yin and yang. So again, just confirming the work that you've had to do in order to achieve balance and become this beautiful star. Awesome. Let me go grab my cord real quick. I will BRB. Oh, and then also, given that I'm doing this and grabbing the cord, I want to say that some of you are working on past behaviors and learning from those past behaviors so that you don't continue to repeat those same behaviors. Because I have a strong pattern that I've been working on this for so long, and I think this reading and doing this reading is helping, but to remember to always have my laptop plugged in. Give me 1 second. Just marinate on those cards there. All right, so what is before us is the Nine of Swords. And so, I mean, that is, to me, this is pretty much what I just said about the laptop cord and past behaviors and patterns. And I feel like, to me, the Nine of Swords, like the traditional definition of this is about being in your head, being stuck in your head, being stuck in the mental. But I would say, given that we have the Six of Swords right there, that have been moving up and away, the dragonflies are all about transformation. And I would say also transformation with the third eye and the crown chakra. To me, this is a card of meditation. And so while it may look like, she's kind of in distress, I just feel like she is totally closing her eyes to, what may have been around her, and is going within in order to see a different outcome that works better in his or her favor. The 9 to me is speaking of a connection to the divine. And 9 is right before the 10. It's also after the 8. And so I'm getting, how we count up. With this card, I feel like there is a countdown. So you're coming from the 10 of Swords, and you're now, moving past any of the stuff that could have been of detriment. You've done the best that you can with all of that has happened, and now you're moving down from that 10 of Swords. I just see total meditation with this. Some of you, like to go out and be out in nature. I see 2 special flowers here too. I'm not quite sure what those are. Let me grab my, what I do with my, it's over there. I'll have to grab it. But I'm seeing these 2 significant flowers here. And so with the other 2, like that's, to me, that's like, because we've got, where was that other 2? So there's a lot of 2s I'm noticing. So we have the 2 pillars, the 2 special dragonflies, we have the 2 unicorns. So I'm just seeing a lot of 2s. 222 is a message of, along with 143 being that I love you from a significant other. So I just feel like maybe there's a connection possibly that is also taking place. And just being stronger with what you are doing in the mental state and working on that. and getting stronger every day. Swords again are air energy. So I would say Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, maybe significant. But these are going up. Like I don't see anything, it's like, oh my God. Like this, I see this as a good card. So just doing a lot of meditating, protecting your mental energy and staying in a very good state of mind, getting away from what was beneath you. All right, and so the card that speaks for you moving forward, we'll put this here, is the Death card. And this is Scorpio energy. So it's quite possible that whoever or whatever you were dealing with has this particular energy. We'll put this here. It's the number of 13. This is the, to me, this is a number that represents the constellation of a Fucus. A Fucus is about healing. It's also ruled traditionally in Sidereal astrology by Chiron. So if you don't know your natal chart, I would go ahead and take a look and study whatever it is that has to do with your Chiron. That might help you to also understand this transformation that's been taking place. This is a lot of purple here as well. Purple is not only, you know, for the third eye or the crown chakra, but I'm hearing Venus. And so I just feel like there, you know, has been some strong energy, possibly dealing with love and using your uniqueness and creativity in order to bring this about and bring the end. This is another ending to a situation. 1 and 3 from the 13 also adds up to a 4. 4s are about stability. And so I just feel like, you know, what was in the past was not very stable. You have built this stability. You're keeping it very protected with what you are doing, not just in the physical, but also in the spiritual as well. And bringing an ending to something. And I feel like whatever or whoever this energy is, it's coming to light. And they also may be transforming as well. Been slow over time, but it's happening and it's here. And you have brought that about. You have made that change. You have done the work. And here we have another new moon here. So, and he's facing forward, this new moon is. And so I just feel like possibly with this past new moon, or, you know, even I would say the next new moon coming up in January, you know, you're putting even more of a light onto a situation and like compacting that ending for sure and forever. Like this is another, to me, another dragon. So maybe there's, you know, I would say 2 different energies as well, or just this one combined. Just speaking of the masculine and the feminine of someone else. That could be. But a lot of headspace energy we have here. And I'm seeing double moons. So, and I'm hearing Gemini. So they, this person or this may, I mean, this person could have Gemini in their chart. Very strong Gemini. Or this may have happened during Gemini season. A new moon in Gemini season. And I'm hearing the Grim Reaper. So really just putting, and seeing the Grim Reaper as well. This is what that reminds me of. But just putting it in a final and finale to anything, like maybe even like past full moons, you know, all the work that's been done. It's all coming to light, and you're bringing that light and putting it into it. Very, very strong. Very, 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 very strong in a strong way. Unlike anything in the past before. To me, this kind of looks like a rose too. And it's a white rose. So I almost want to say like what's here, like a graceful ending. Like you're just doing it with grace. Like there's no ill intent. There's no harm. You know, you're making sure that you stay in a very, very nice mental state so that you aren't being affected by the actions outside of you that you have moved away from and are continuing to move away from. So that's good to have this as this card in this position, with the 1 and 3 representing a 4 of stability. Some of you also may be seeing 444, or just multiple 4s, any kind of sequence of 4s that may be significant. I'm also getting April. I believe that's the 4th month. So that may mean something as well. All right, so the energy that is around you, and this could be male or female. This could also be you and just the aura that you are giving off. But this is the energy around you. Typically, this position of this card would be what is outside of you, your family and friends at this point. And so with the King of Cups, a very, very loving, a very, very reflective, very stoic, and I want to say handsome or good-looking person who likes to, I would say who likes to also, I feel like he or she has a place of respite where there's a certain ritual or certain activity that's done with the nighttime, possibly with, you know, a glass of wine. Very stable. I'm feeling like, you know, this particular energy has done some really, really significant work with past lineage and releasing a lot of toxic cycles, no longer being a part of that, and healing from that as there's been reflection. I'm seeing I wouldn't say the other. I don't know why I said the other. So this may be a different angel, because there was one down here to the left. Now there's one to the right. So, and it's possible, you know, maybe this was, you know, like the angel and the devil on the shoulders, the not so great, and now the great. And I feel like too, there's no hiding here. Like whatever this was or whoever this was disguising. And that was part of the manipulation mental energy. This person in particular, and you know, this could be you too. And maybe you realize, you know, you had some past behaviors where you were hiding and not necessarily being yourself, having a mask on. There's no energy of that being present here. If this is not you, this person, I'm seeing the facial hair. They may have special facial hair. The crown is a little bit tilted to me. And so I'm hearing pimp status. Not necessarily being a pimp, but just feeling in that essence of being strong and fully in your power. Full of love, offering love. But sometimes being more reflective and having your head in the sky to where you don't necessarily speak. Like, I'm seeing pursed lips too. And so they may not be too quick to speak right away and just kind of observe, because he is looking this way while he is facing this way. And so he's seeing, you know, what's happening and what's moving on, he or she, but is also in, you know, a reflective state as well. This is, this is a castle in the shadow. And so maybe this is also speaking of, I would say, leaving behind something, and something is fading away. So if this is not you, because we already had that confirmation here where you're moving away from something. If this is not you, I just feel like maybe this particular person is doing some reflecting, looking forward, and as he's looking forward, he or she looking forward, this is beginning to fade away. Light has been brought to whatever has been going on within this castle, and now it's time to start moving forward. So just sitting and marinating, full of love, abundant, adorned, sturdy and stable too. Like, those stones to me just speak of like awesome stability. You may be into, I mean, I know a lot of these cards, all of the cards, you know, we're gonna have, well, no, I'm not gonna say that either, but I just feel like floral energy is very important as well. And so whether that's, you know, I'd mentioned before, being out in nature, I just feel like this is something personal that has been growing as a part of this stability here. And it's been very, very helpful. This person may also be making an entrance with the upcoming full moon. I believe that is December. I'm not going to say that. I know there is an upcoming full moon. I want to say it's the 21st, but don't quote me on that. But I know there is one coming that is right around Christmas time. And so this, and he's like up from all of this floral energy here. So that may be important as well. Where you might be seeing more of this energy in this awesome King of Cups. All right, actually, we're gonna put you right here. Make sure we can see everybody. All right, so the next card is going to be hopes and or fears. And with this card here, I would say it's a little bit of both. I want to say, because I'm not seeing this as anything that's bad. I automatically got Capricorn. This is a 15. This is another 6. And I just feel like, like with the Capricorn energy and this being associated with it, like it's a bad rap overall. And it's just, I feel like it's not fair. So I feel like, you know, maybe I want to say that this is you. You know, this is, and because fear is false evidence appearing real. So there's no fear. It's just that your association with this card and the way that it's been portrayed in certain types of programming, it's like you want to embrace I feel like you're embracing this. This is being embraced. And also celebrated. Let me grab my pointer here. I'm seeing the moons And so it's like a dark and a light, you know, and then, you know, there's been work in between the new moon cycles and the full moon cycles where you have really truly embraced yourself and your gift. And with that being said, I just feel like because Sagittarius is the zodiac sign right before Capricorn, a lot of you are Sagicorns, where that's both Sagittarius and Capricorn energy, where you may have, let's say you have like a really strong Sagittarius placement in your natal chart, but then you also have, you know, maybe possibly from past lives, very, very strong Capricorn energy, where you have broken out of old cycles that have to do with that Capricorn energy. So I'm seeing the chain here. I just feel like, you know, maybe that is the whole reason for all of this here. Because you are, you know, breaking those cycles. You are hoping, and I wouldn't even say hoping, but because you're doing it, you know, you're breaking the toxic cycles. And I want to say too, like I'm getting like with the Capricorn energy, because Capricorn is, you know, ruled by Saturn. Saturn is about, all about stability and being responsible, making sure things are, you know, on the up and up, in line, and on top of stuff. And so possibly, you know, in past lives, there may have been some energy that was utilized with this and it wasn't of a higher vibration. And maybe there's just been a lot of shadow work that's been dealing with that, where you are actually embracing who you have been and who you are and who you are coming into. Again, I'm getting Venusian energy too. Saturn and Venus is what I'm hearing. And so there's a connection and a relationship there, I would say. And then also too, I think, you know, just seeing this red here, that also confirms to me the root chakra. Root chakra is about the ancestral lineage that has been passed on to us that we ultimately have to begin there working through. It's the very, very base chakra. That's at the lower region of the pelvis. And so in order to clear all of the remaining chakras, the root chakra is the one that has to be worked on first, rising up into the sacral chakra. And then I see here, you know, the crown chakra with the purple behind it. So it just, to me, this is like fully embracing yourself and coming into your own and your uniqueness while having both light and dark energies and having that balanced, being in your heart space. And whether, you know, you look evil or, you know, whatever the devil portrays, you know, in society or whatever, you're not representing that. You are representing what the true meaning of all of this is. And you're not afraid to show it. You're not afraid to be it. You can't have one without the other. And given that, you know, all of this is all sacral energy, it's like you have really, really been passionate about this for quite some time. And I feel like you're in that ultimate passion right now and feeling that. That is your existence right now. That is your aura. And that is, you know, that's what you are utilizing to be at your best self. While also being this as well. I really love this card. I think it's a very pretty card. To me, I know this is floral, but this looks like a crown to me. Like it's like sitting pretty. That's how I see that. And I ain't afraid to say it. So yeah, that's what I get with that card, which I think is awesome. Great polarity there. And again, with the sixes being about unconditional love to me. And me just hearing that within my spirit, that's what I'm getting. Unconditional love, it's like self-love. I would say it's overall self-love for self. All right, so the overall card, I'll show this here, is the King of Swords. Whoop, 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 whoop. So I would say this is you, definitely. Just kind of representing all of this from the spread. Make sure we can see that. We'll move this down a little bit. And you cutting off, meditating, keeping yourself in a positive mind state, transforming yourself and doing what is necessary in order for you to live out your true purpose and fulfill your destiny that was meant for you. The King of Swords is air energy. Again, we have Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Speaking your truth, having your sword ready. And that's a big, 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 big sword. The throne that he's sitting on, I'm getting to me that looks like a tombstone. Like, I know it's not. And tombstones aren't bad either. I just feel like a lot of associations and a lot of old ideas are totally being thrown out the gates. And you are coming into your power. You are listening to yourself. You have gone within. You know your truth. You know what's true. And so anything outside of you that you see as, what isn't true to you, you're using that sword and cutting that shit off. And we have the orange cloak here as well. And so again, that just, oh my goodness, this is so awesome. This ultimately connects this to this for me. Just saying that you have really, truly embraced this. You are wearing it and people are seeing it. And it's almost like you are not one to be messed with. You're coveted. You are protected. You are surrounded with stableness. The blue also too is about, to me, speaking your truth and just being vocal at any time and standing up for yourself at any time and not hesitant to do it anymore. You may have been one who was shy, just completely observant, very passive aggressive, not really saying anything when you have seen things that have been, unjust, have not been true, or for the greater benefit of all, and you are taking action on that and really owning it, and you know it, and so you're perched. Now, when I mentioned the tombstone, like some of you may like tombstone pizza, that's a possibility, but when I said tombstone, I was automatically thinking of a graveyard or a cemetery. And so I want to say too, like some of you really make an effort in your creativity, and some of you are actually going to cemeteries or graveyards and doing what you do is what I'll say. Because I want to say like it's almost like basking in, anything majestic or magical that is taking place, using your powers for the greater good of yourself and for the greater good of all. And the abundance is just, it's beginning to show, and it's here. The crown is not tilted, it's like, almost like you're like the sword as well, just straight up. Posture is great. It's like you're clean. You got, great garment. You're comfortable and you're confident. Comfortable and confident. That's what I'm going to title this, because I love that. But that's what I'm getting with this. Let me pull this up a little bit closer, see if we can see it. Now, and I'm also playing Bon Jovi too. I just felt like, as I was channeling to try to get the energy of Sagittarius, I was getting like so much fire. and just being badass, feeling badass, and, you know, doing what you need to do, not afraid to take action, not afraid to make moves, to do what is best for you from now on. I just feel like, you know, maybe some of you or a lot of you have in the past, you know, let people walk all over you, take advantage of you, and or not necessarily let, but just have experienced that and never did anything about it. And now with this King of Swords here and the transformation, this beautiful transformation, and what you have put behind you and what is backing you, we have this. And how awesome is that? That's pretty freaking awesome. And also too, he's looking like the Hierophant to me as well. So I want to say this may deal with, you know, a partnership as well. Just what I was seeing before with the twos and whatnot. But the way that he is dressed here and the garment that he's wearing, it just reminds me of the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is Taurus energy. We already have the High Priestess out here, and she's looking this way. I don't know, this to me is you overall. And so I would say yes, you know, with the High Priestess and mentioning the Hierophant, that again just speaks to me about having balance. And as you go within and you have this balance, what you have within is what you see without. As within, so without. As above, so below. And so, you know, as you come into your balance and you are balancing the yin and yang within yourself, ooh, buddy, what materializes for you is fantastic and just fabulous. And I love it. And it's like you're so sturdy and stable. Nothing is going to, I mean, just high in the clouds. You're in the sky. You're that air sign. You know, you're the ether. And that is part of your strength. And you know this. You're sealed. And you're golden. And also, too, you know, these are fire colors. So it's like it's like, yeah, you know, I'm a Sagittarius. But there's so much more to me besides that. You know what I'm saying? So I think this is a great ending card. And a great point right now, especially with the times that we have and what we're coming into planetary wise with the energies and whatnot. And just being, you know, prepared and being ready. Comfortable and confident. All right. So this was the reading for Sagittarius. Again, I wish you all a very, very happy birthday. Celebrate to the fullest. I mean, you obviously, you got it on lock. Just keep that going, you know, maintain that, increase that, and keep rising. Very, very happy for you. Stay well and stay blessed. I wish you love, joy, peace, and abundance. Happy holidays. And again, happy birthday. Mwah. I love you.